four of us.
I'd like to call this Hawaii Board on Geographic Names meeting to order. You're 203. First on the agenda is roll call. We'll start. Marcus Marzan, representing Bishop Museum.
Meyer Cummins, Daggs Land Survey Division.
Holly McEldowney, representing Department of Land and Natural Resources.
Arthur Buto, representing Office of Planning and Sustainable Development.
All right. Thank you all. Okay, and next on the agenda is reviewing of and approval of the September meeting minutes. And thank you, Arthur, for sending out the packet with the information and the meeting minutes. Very, very thorough.
Yeah, thanks, Arthur.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's so late. I'm gonna try and get better at that.
I wasn't at the meeting, but it was informative.
Yeah.
I felt like I got everything we talked about.
All right. Okay.
Also recording too.
Okay. I don't have any edits. So if someone would like to make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right. It was moved by Meyer, second by Holly. Any additional comments or edits? Hearing none. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Mahalo, everyone. Next on the agenda, public comments. Do we have any public comments at this time?
I was contacted by Jill Koromoto from KHON. I think Meyer, she also reached out to Marcus. I don't know if you ever connected with her. She
did
was
not.
interested in having Island of Hawaiʻi on the agenda this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did reach out to me as well.
So, and I was not able to get a hold of you either, Marcus. So I went ahead and added it with sort of an option to address what we had talked about a couple meetings ago about preparing some outreach materials and doing some outreach to media and the community prior to the decision making. So we can go either way today. It is a discussion and decision item on today's agenda, so we can go either way today. Okay. But I do want to again point out that neither Lily nor Kapa is here, and Hailama is also not here today.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for that. Is there anything else regarding public comments? All right. Hearing none, are there any announcements?
I did have one. I can't remember what it was right now. It'll probably come to me a little bit later during the meeting, so I'll reserve my announcement for then.
Okay, not a problem. Let's see. So next on the agenda, we're swiftly moving through the agenda, discussion and decision on changing the official name of the island of Hawaii. So mahalo, Arthur, for adding this to the agenda. And yes, I do realize that three members aren't present, and it would be ideal to have everyone weigh in on this particular subject. Rather than just having quorum to make the decision. But does anyone else, any other board member have any thoughts on this matter?
I agree because of their background in the issue. I think it's important to have them here.
And just to remind you all that what we talked about a couple meetings ago was putting together something like a press release, a media release, or some kind of messaging in advance of the board making its decision, you know, going into some of the background about the name of the island, why it's on the agenda, what we're actually considering. So if we're not going to make a decision today, what I would suggest, what I would like to do today is assign members to different tasks with respect to that, so that we're ready to go the next time around.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a plan. Yeah.
I agree with that as well.
I'd like to say that I do support, as I mentioned this before, I do support the idea of some sort of press release or story. I think it'd be more effective than what we initially were considering, which is the PIG. But I understand that we're missing 3 board members, so I understand we can't vote on that. But if there is something that you would like me to do, I'm happy to take on one of those tasks.
And I know that Lily and Kapa are not here. The suggestion to put it on the agenda in the first place was from Kapa, I think. So I would like to not leave things hanging and just sort of make assignments on, I guess first decide on what it is we want to put together, and then sort of make assignments so that in the next month, at least the next month, we can start working on drafting some of those materials.
Arthur, do you have any general thoughts on what some of those assignments might include?
Well, we talked about a press release or some kind of media release that would include, again, that background, you know, what the situation is now in the database, why this issue came up, what our thinking is on the options for the name. So I guess that's kind of a big document.
Yeah.
You know, part of it is going to be something suitable for, you know, like a media release, a couple paragraphs, 2-3 paragraphs, but then there'll be some, I think, additional reference material that would accompany that as background information.
Sure.
So maybe 2 different kinds of documents. And I know she's not here, but I would like, you know, Kapa, at least to be part of drafting that background information.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe she can characterize the nature of her question as well, given that I believe it was misconstrued as to what it was that we wanted to discuss and why it was on the agenda. But I think she can best characterize that. I'm happy to volunteer to put together sort of the background of HBGN. You know, I think people got concerned because they don't know who we are and what it is that we do and sort of what our jurisdiction is. And I can pull largely from the website and the statute, but I can put that together in both the longer form and sort of a blurb to use in the press release for the board's consideration.
Thank you, Maya, for that. Willingness to take on that element of the outreach materials. I'm wondering, you know, regarding this name change, do any of the board members feel it might be a concern for any of the agencies that we represent at this point, or any state agencies that we can think of that might have interest in this particular shift, in this name shift? Thinking of, you know, different agencies that utilize Island of Hawaiʻi in advertising or collateral or anything, do we feel that we need to solicit comment from other agencies that have a stake in this regarding, again, collateral and other materials that they would have to change in the future? But yeah, just thinking about those those particular stakeholders in this instance.
I think Hawaii County would be the one that has the most issues.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be important to solicit comments before any sort of decision is made. The nature of the press release could be sort of done before, provide people with information, solicit comments from those agencies that would be affected, and then let those comments help inform us as to whatever decision we make, whether leave it alone or, you know, change things. But absolutely, I think we should get their comments.
Okay.
I think it's similar to what we're talking about for Pu'uaina, you know, that process, the process that Kapa or Lily outlined last month for Pu'uaina. I think it's you know, that kind of process. Reach out, I forget what you called it, but in essence, request comments from affected stakeholders, state
Mhm.
county
Yeah.
folks, and do this outreach to media as well and social media. By the way, I'm not
So
a
with
social
it, yeah,
person,
yeah,
so that
yeah.
might be a
No.
separate assignment in itself.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Arthur. Through the outreach and you know, press release materials, would that be the avenue in which we would kind of direct, you know, if you have any comment, please contact whatever the board at whatever details that we leave. Is that the kind of approach that we're thinking of to compile this information in through that particular means?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably the most effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
happy to because my office sort of hosts the board, and I think our address is on most of the board stuff, to have
Yeah.
any inquiries come here.
Yes.
Same with email. I can either use my email address or a generic email address.
No, thank you. I know, you know, something like this, you know, potentially can solicit a flood of
Mhm.
information of interest. And yeah, again, thank you for taking on, you know, having that kind of amount of information flowing through your office and your email.
Yeah. Thanks, Arthur.
Very much appreciate that.
I can be a
Okay.
second read for somebody if you want to write it and then pass it through me just for some comments, I can do that.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Arthur, thinking of again, like sunshine law kind of things, if we set up the assignments, individual people can contact each other, right, regarding the assignments.
I'll
If
double
we
check
set
with
them,
OIP, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. As
yeah,
long as
if we set them up in
Yeah.
in advance, yeah.
Could be at least two.
could be two.
Yeah.
And maybe three, but probably two would be good.
Yeah. Okay. I think that'll be great. Do we have any other discussion or comments on this particular agenda item at this time?
I just want to clarify. So we've got, and I'm just throwing this out there. We've got background of HBGN, maybe why the nature of the decision. Oh, well, maybe back up. Why was the decision on the agenda would be maybe another thing to discuss. And then what was the nature, what was the character of the question of the inquiry, and then what it is that we would be deciding. Maybe those four, sections, topics, I guess I should say, and maybe a discussion of the process as well. Does that sound enough? Does that cover the field, so to speak?
And I think the process should, we want to make sure that we talk about the impact or
Okay.
non-impact
Okay.
of the decision that we're going to make, and also make sure to include the reference to the feds and the GNIS and what we do doesn't necessarily affect what's in the GNIS or what federal agencies are obligated to do
Gotcha.
unless they decide to adopt or approve our decision at the federal level.
Okay.
But I think it's important to sort of make that differentiation between the state board and the US board.
Gotcha. I can put that under background. You can even put process under background as well. Okay, thank you.
Do we have options, like a list of options, or is there only two? It's there or it's not.
What I have heard, and we don't really have a proposal at this point. It was just a decision to go forward. But what I have heard is what's under consideration is Hawaii versus Island of Hawaiʻi.
Mhm. That's my understanding as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's kind of two things.
Hawaii Island is also under consideration, but what I've heard is that Hawaii versus Island of Hawaiʻi. So I think that might be something for Kapa to include in her write-up. And I think once that's clear in the agenda where this is discussed again for decision, I can put that in a little additional detail about the agenda item to make
Okay.
that clear.
Arthur, am I correct in assuming that Hawaii, as a one word, is already a variant name for the island?
I think it is.
It's just the official name is Island of Hawaii, correct?
Correct. Correct.
So it's just basically swapping out what already is there, moving Hawaii to the primary and shifting Island of to variant.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm just checking real fast. Island of Hawaii. Yeah, Island of Hawaii appears to be official details. And yeah, Hawaii is a variant already. And Hawaii Island is already a variant as well.
Including the Okina?
Got both. Got Hawaii
Okay.
Island with the Okina, Island of Hawaii no Okina, Hawaii Island no Okina, and then Hawaii with Okina and Hawaii without Okina. So
Okay, so
yeah,
they exist already.
yeah, they're all in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, any other comments?
No more comments from me.
All right. Yeah, thank you all. All right.
Before we move on to the next item, I remembered what the announcement was.
Oh,
Meyer,
please,
you kind
yes.
of reminded me when you were talking about the background of HBGN. I reached out to Craig Tasaka. Some of you may know Craig. He was in my position before I was here. And in fact, he started the state GIS program. And I think he was here when the Hawaii board was got underway, I think. Anyway, I reached out to him to see if he will help me write up sort of a history. So sorry, Meyer, not in time for your assignment.
Okay.
But put together sort of a history of the board. My thought is that what I would like to do is put together some kind of orientation packet for new board members when they come on, because I think most of you on the board now probably didn't have any kind of real background
Onboarding.
about the board, what we do, why we're here. So I've asked him to help. He's willing to help. He's just not, he's retired, but he's very busy. So he's not available right away. probably not until November.
He was here when I started.
So, so that was my announcement, is that I'm working on something so that new members and you folks as well can get sort of get a fuller picture of the Hawaii board.
What about Renee? Wasn't that her name? Who did all the-
Renee, yeah, I reached out to her as well.
Oh.
She's having some health issues right now, so she's haven't heard back from her.
Mm.
But I did hear from her about a month or two ago. So I did reach out to her. I just haven't heard if she's able to help.
Because she was instrumental in that big project. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Collated together.
Renee was our Bobby before.
Uh-oh.
Also from Hawaii, also from the island of Hawaii.
Hey, I apologize for logging in late. What was can somebody summarize the discussion about this island?
Oh, so just the discussion was that we're gonna the different board members will take different areas of developing outreach, provenance of the history of the board, and compile all that information together, and then we will, have it sent out in the form of a press release soliciting comments from any stakeholders that it might be involved, and then all of that information will be sent through the Department of Planning, and Arthur would compile that information for us to get a sense of what other stakeholders in our community think about this idea.
Similar to
About
for Puaina. We'll do for Puaina.
that was okay. What about the island of Hawaii?
Well, that's sort of the crux of it, where there was a question as to, well, you were there, as to why it's referred to as Island of Hawaii, and that's why it ended up on the agenda. So it's more, we're also trying to explain to the public why that showed up on the agenda, give some background as to what we do, because most people don't understand what it is that we do, what our jurisdiction is, and then sort of frame what the question was about. Not that we were going to just overhaul the name and stick in something new, but the discussion was very narrow, which is, are we talking, is it going to be Island of Hawaii? Is it going to be Hawaii? Is it going to be Hawaii Island? And we want to make that clear. And then we get that in a press release, and then also put a packet together for anybody who wants more information. So we'll do like a slim version and a more informed version.
Detail.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So has a decision or consensus been reached about what to do with that particular name?
No,
I don't think
and
so.
I think that's what we would be reaching out for comments from public stakeholders or agencies, whoever that might have an interest in this shift in name. And Meyer did just look up in the GNIS that all of the names actually exist within the variants.
Everything.
So yeah.
So part of the let's see how to say this. A concern that I have as a member of the public is that very often the public is not very well informed about things that they're commenting on. And for the public to understand the workings of the Hawaii board and the GNIS can be challenging because people don't have very big information spans anymore. So I would suggest acting as a benevolent dictator or an ali'i and explaining to people clearly, just put something out there the word island is English. Punch bowl are two English words. Same with Diamond Head. And so what the board, I believe, is trying to do is to bring back the traditional place names for all of these features. And I think I've come around in my thinking, to understand, I believe, what Kapa and
Lily?
Lily, yeah. Are they on this call today?
No.
Not today.
Okay. What they were saying about it's just Hawaii. Just call it Hawaii. And I think if somebody's a skilled writer or understands writing, I say on Hawaii for things on this island, and in Hawaii for the archipelago. And a lot of people who are not from here don't understand that. They'll say on Honolulu or something crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'm in favor of simple and effective, to the point process. And if I can help in any way, let me know. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mahalo, Bubba.
Mahalo nui, Barbie. Okay. I think that concludes discussion on that agenda item. So the last thing on the agenda is discussion and decision on select featured names on Oahu.
Okay.
So at the last meeting, a suggestion was made to parse out names by Ahupua'a rather than just alphabetical by island. So what you have today on the list of 2, 4, 6, 8 names, the first 7 names on the list are in the Ahupua'a of Waianae, Honolulu, and Ewa. And these are all the 3 names, the status 3 names in those 3 Ahupua'a. So there were no 3 names in Honolulu. That's why you only see Waianae and Ewa.
Gotcha.
And then I also attached a map, since this is all map based, of those 3 Ahupua'a with points where these particular sites are.
Thank you, sir. I would note that these also show up in the Kipuka, the OHA Kipuka database, which can help if you're looking for additional information related to any of the features in the area, any of the land titles, etc. I find it very useful. I often switch back and forth between GNIS and Kipuka because I can zero in on what it is that we're looking at. So, but thank you for attaching the map, Arthur. It certainly helped. I guess I'll go first if no one has any objection to that. So
Please do.
Thank you. So for the first item, the first feature name, Keka'a Point, I've actually got 1, 2, 3 maps that show it. Well, 2 of them show it as just Keka'a. Registered map 2103. Let me zoom in here. If you want, I can share my screen.
Yeah, let me enable that.
Okay.
Okay, you should be able to share now.
All right. Let me see if I can get this up for you. Can you see my screen here with the map?
Not yet.
Oh, sorry. Share. There we go. Okay, here. Is this, you see the map?
Coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, so right there, Keka'a Point. I can't zoom in, unfortunately. There we go. So this, I believe this is the one map that calls it Keka'a Point. This is registered map 2103. Sorry if I'm moving quickly. I tend to. This map is dated but from a survey 1897. That's the earliest survey I believe I can find for showing Kika'a Point. I have two additional maps, 2335, registered map 2335, similar but newer. I'm gonna zoom in some more. This one actually calls it Kika'a Point too, so there you go. And this one is dated 1903, I believe. Here, yeah, 1903. And then register map 322. I'm gonna zoom in again. And this one just refers to it as Keka'a here, you see, right at the point. And this is a survey that was done in 1873. And I checked this field book here, 191, the surveyor Lydgate that actually did the survey, and he does refer to it as Keka'a. He doesn't call it Keka'a Point in his field book, but Keka'a Point gets picked up by the other two maps, 2103 and register map 2335. No,
This is the earliest one though.
this is, yeah, I believe, yes, excuse me, 1873. What was this one? 1897. Yeah, 1873 is the earliest. That was the date of the survey. So that's what I've got for Keka'a Point. I can
Can
stop.
you, Meyer, could you scroll back up to the point it says?
Sure,
Kaka'a
yeah.
here?
And I
Okay.
can zoom in if you like. There,
Yeah.
there you go.
Are there any other features on this particular map that utilize point or some other term like that?
You
I was
know,
just looking. Oh, yes.
that-
Is that oyster point and the other point down there?
let me see that. Oyster, let me
Oh,
see.
is that point or no?
It might be. Let's see.
It has a Hawaiian name, Po'okela.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Po'okela or oyster. I believe it could be point. I haven't seen it
Yeah.
written like that before.
Mhm.
So is point just part of Oyster Point, or and would Po'okela stand alone, stand by itself?
Probably it would
Yeah, I
stand
would,
alone on its, and it's just, yeah, the English term.
yeah, agreed. Good catch, Marcus. I didn't even.
No, I'm just one. Yeah. So if they like
Yeah.
in this instance, they are using point as
Mhm.
as a convention, but in the Hawaiian they're just using the Hawaiian, right? So
Right,
it makes
right.
sense.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, very, very good point. No pun intended on that.
Yeah.
I mean, if were we to, decide to change the name, I think Keka'a is probably the most accurate.
Yeah.
And so I would be in favor of referring to it just as Keka'a
Keka'a,
rather than
yeah.
Keka'a Point, which is a mix of the two, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, pan back up here. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've got there.
What is that handwritten thing?
Kahe'eka? Kahe'eka? It's hard to say. I can pull the map
Mhm.
itself. It'll be a little easier to read, and I can let you know what that
Yeah.
says. Let me go check that.
I like the shark's den.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hang out over there. 322. I'll get back to you on when I look at the actual map, Marcus.
Yeah. All good.
So that's what I got on that. Do we want to make a decision on the feature name before we move on to other ones? Because I've got maps for
the others.
Yeah, everything except for the last two and the Ku Tree Reservoir. Everything else I've got some information on.
Yeah, to me, it's Keka'a, I think
Yeah.
there's no question about a diacritical being there with Ka'a in my mind, and then to just remove point makes sense.
Yeah.
Mayor, do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we change the name from Keka'a Point to simply Keka'a with the Okina between the two A's.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Did somebody else second?
No, that's
No.
you. Second by Arthur. So any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
And that's how it's spelled in place names of Hawaii too,
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, kick
Thanks,
off.
Bobby.
also.
Excellent.
Bobby, place names though, is that the Kika'a on
On
Maui?
Maui.
Yeah, but the word keka'a,
Yeah.
it's it doesn't have any kahako in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just that word. Actually, that word doesn't exist because it all refers to the rumbling sound.
Hmm.
Right?
My Olelo Hawaii is terrible, so
Yeah.
I won't,
Anyway,
I won't chime in.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
it's ke ka.
Ka'a, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that rumbling, rolling.
Yeah.
Audible sound, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Moving
Okay,
on
and
to
moving on.
Kalalula stream. Or Kala
Kalalula, yeah.
Kalalula, excuse me. It shows up on registered map 2372, but they don't refer to it as Kalalula. They call it Kalaula, I believe. Let me switch over. I did not find. Yeah, I did not find.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I didn't find anything else referencing. I couldn't find the name anywhere else. And I went through the field book, tried to find the field book. I couldn't find the field book. So keep in mind, this is a single source, but let me see if I can find it here. It's kind of hidden. So sorry if I get anybody motions. Here we go. Motion sickness. I should have highlighted it. Here we go. Kalalua. Excuse me, Kalalua. Here. Same location, running up Mauka. This map is of Waianae. But this is the only reference I have to the name of the stream. And, because it's only on one map, I don't know if it's a transcription issue that the surveyor did. But this is everything I could find.
Okay, well,
Bobby is
Kalalua.
Kalalua in place name?
No, neither of them are.
Oh, interesting.
Well, place names, they were for the significant places, I guess. So there's neither Kalaula or Kalalula. Neither of those are in place names. And if they're small features, then I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So I don't know
but in this instance, it's Kalalua, yeah, without the extra L.
Correct.
In this particular map versus Kalalula.
Kalalua. There we go, Kalalua. Oh, it's a crater, of course it is.
Oh, big surprise.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't show anything for Oahu.
Okay. What do we have as a reference for Kalalula? Is that just pulled off of GNIS? Excuse me, the USGS map?
USGS.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this is enough evidence to make any sort of change. We might just leave this as need more research.
What date is this map? Sorry.
I'm gonna zoom out for you, Pascaine. And I believe, let's see if I can find it. Sorry again if I get anybody here. 1906.
Okay, Montserrat.
Yeah.
And this is a original. It's not a tracing or anything, as far as you know.
As far as I know, this is an original. The tracings, we titled the name with tracing, and this is the wide map.
Okay.
You know what I will do is I'm going to go through and look at the original for 322. So I'll see if there's any additional maps stored with this and see if there is any tracings. I'll let you guys know. I'll get back to you.
Cool. My experience is dyslexic name changes happen when people are copying maps or tracing them. And typically originals are more correct than not, if that makes any sense.
It does, because usually the survey is being guided by Kama'aina, right? So someone's giving them these names, or they've spoken to somebody. Yeah, agreed. Okay. So should we make a motion to, or we just leave it at status 3 and move on?
Should just for discussion, would when we do make a decision, we would remove stream and just have kala lula or kala ula lua, whichever we determine it to be correct.
I think that's the way we've been going.
Yeah.
So I think that's appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, thank you, Maya, for looking up these in
Oh,
the
yeah,
maps
no problem.
If you're able to find the anything that helps corroborate this of kala lua instead of lula, that would be great.
Happy to. All right, so I can drop off, but I do have more sharing to do after we get to the next couple items. So I'll just stop share for now.
Okay.
Oh, come on, there we go.
Arthur, for the reservoir, do we have jurisdiction over that? Yes or no?
Is there really a reservoir? Then it's not a place, right?
Danny, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Does USBGN have jurisdiction over reservoirs?
Hi, sorry, Arthur, were you asking me?
Sorry, yeah, for
Reservoir, yes.
reservoir feature class, does
Yes.
the USBGN have naming authority over reservoirs?
Yes, it's one of the 3 categories that are, you could argue, are man-made features, but they're similar enough to natural features that the BGN decided not to differentiate. So there'd be reservoirs, channels, and canals are all under the BGN's purview. For example, lakes. It could be a natural lake that is later impounded by a dam, and so by definition it becomes a reservoir, or vice versa. You get a reservoir where the dam's been removed and it becomes allowed to revert back to a natural lake. So we decided, rather than try and differentiate between the two, it's a body of water, it looks like a natural feature, therefore it's under the BGN's purview to name or rename. So long answer, the answer is yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. I appreciate the explanation though, because just practically it makes sense. You'd have to spend so much time trying to figure out, what's one or the other. It makes a lot of sense. So thank you.
Yeah, exactly. The example we like to give is Lake Tahoe actually has a very small impoundment, a water leveling structure on one shore, but nobody would argue that Lake Tahoe is a reservoir. It's been there forever, right? It's a natural lake, but because it has a dam on it, you could argue that by definition it would be a reservoir. But so yeah, exactly. It's too hard to separate the two. So yes. We went round and round on this at one meeting, I recall, many years ago, and decided to keep them under the BGN's purview.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Look it up on Google Earth, and I didn't see any water, but I don't know if it's
in this Kutri reservoir.
but I don't know, I might have missed something. It might be under the trees, but
I would want to know what these coup trees look like.
they're very tall.
Yeah.
Well, there's a note in the notes that asked me if it's culture.
Ko or koa?
Or koa.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not.
Did you say you found something or didn't find anything?
No, not for this one. I wasn't able to find anything. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Holly. There isn't much in any water there.
Yeah.
I'm looking over at, you see, you looked at Google Earth too, and there was nothing. I wonder if the location is correct.
Hmm.
I think it's an area where they planted a lot of trees as well. So I don't know if they're
Oh.
gonna have trees there.
Sounds like someone needs to take a field trip.
At least it's on this
Ooh.
island.
If you're funding it, I'm happy to go. No problem.
Next meeting.
Tree. Where did that come from?
Let's all go to Waianae.
Yeah.
Yeah, the older topo map shows it being in the Schofield Barracks Military Reservation. Is that still an active military
Schofield, yeah.
facility?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe
that
somebody-
portion has been withdrawn from.
Oh, interesting.
I think you'd have to check, but
Sure.
You think someone on the staff could maybe vouch for its existence?
Oh, I
What
don't have
staff?
any connections over there. I doubt they'd even know about it, honestly.
Reservoirs are in the NHD database. I think.
Yeah, but any name in NHD must come from GNIS, so it would be kind of
Oh.
circular
Yeah.
thinking there.
Yeah. Well,
Wouldn't be-
GNIS has a Tree Reservoir,
Right. And
which
it looks like it's a phase 1 entry, meaning it came off the topo map.
1981.
Well, 81 is the entry date.
Right,
That
right,
might-
right.
It's not likely to be the date of the map itself. I can take a quick look at Topo View and see if there's an earlier edition that actually shows it.
The elevation's 1,000 feet, and I would bet that there are no trees up there.
Ah,
So I would, I don't know, leave this alone for now.
Yeah,
Agreed. Agreed.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think we should move on to the next one.
Okay. So the
Kukaki
next,
Stream.
yeah, Kukaki Stream, same map, 2372, the same one that shows Kalalula, or it shows it Kalalua, but it does show Kukaki Stream spelled as Kukaki Stream. I can go ahead and share again quickly just for you guys to see, if you don't mind.
No, please do. Thank you.
And share. And I've gone ahead and highlighted it here for you, Kukaki Stream there. I was lucky to find this. There was another map that shows the area but doesn't have any of the streams named. This one's got just all of them all over the place. So very helpful. But yeah, same spelling. I don't know if there's any diacritics in there, but the letters are correct. Yeah. And then I'd be again for removing stream and just naming it Kukaki as the feature.
Yeah.
These are all short little things, yeah?
Relatively speaking, I guess they kind of all come down and turn into other streams at a certain point.
So those all end up at Honua Stream.
Hunua goes down.
God, these maps are awesome.
Yeah. Think of the work, think of the surveying that went into this. You know how many months they were out there, probably on horseback or mule?
You know what I
Camping.
want to see? See all these Hawaiian students at the university. They need to be going through all these maps and calculating how much land was formerly in Taro.
That
Look at
would
this.
be interesting. Yeah. 104.
104 acres.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah. Formerly Taro 3. All of this up in here. But this Honua goes down and just continues to work its way down. Dry stream bed over here. So yeah, a lot of fascinating stuff. But that's all I got on that one.
Kukaki's not in place names.
Okay. I think Nanaula is in here too. I gotta find that. So do we need to make a motion? Sorry, my memory. I got a brain fart. To change it to
Um,
Kukaki.
Just
Yeah,
to
so
remove
it's-
stream.
We're gonna remove stream, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll make a motion to remove stream from Kukaki stream, so it's just Kukaki.
Mhm. Was there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, moved by
Thanks,
Minor,
Arthur.
second by Arthur. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
I like that Neolopua stream right next to it too, Kanewai, and
Oh yeah,
all the different ones that are feeding down.
yeah. Has a tunnel up here too. Look at this coming right out. That's cool. Mountain house. There's also, so Punanaula stream is also on this map. This is a very good map for us.
Yeah,
I need to take a second to find it, so I apologize if I get anybody motion sick.
Punanaula.
Where did I see that? The further Mauka you go, the less they got the names on. So there, Punanaula. There you go. Going right from this stream past this heiau, Punanaula stream. Spelling is good.
What hail?
Just this heiau.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there.
Cool. Where is this?
This is
Waianae
what
Mountains.
Waianae Kai. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. It's a good one. Plenty springs too.
Lots of water.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll again make a motion to accept Punanaula as the name and remove stream.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, just thinking about the words themselves. Like there's it seems most obvious like it's Punana and Ula, those two separate words put together. If that's the case, Punana, there's no word that's just without diacritics, Punana. There is Punana, which is a nest, like Punana Leo, and Ula with the Okina being red nest, kind of those words, but
Punana is
Again.
also a kind of sweet potato.
yeah. So I don't know if we feel comfortable including diacritics in this instance, versus just having no diacritics.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't be comfortable just because I don't have the knowledge to add anything without support. So I leave that decision to, you and other native speakers.
Yeah.
I think in the past we've not done that, even if it seemed obvious without any evidence.
Without any evidence. And so if we did that, would we just instead, if we just remove stream and kept it as Punanaula, would it be a 7 or whatever the?
Well, if we're removing stream, it's actually, a 6 name change. But
A name change.
we could add the note in the notes about, we've exhausted our regular references and whatever that wording is,
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
to do further research to,
At this
if
time.
further
yeah.
evidence comes up, then we'll, revisit
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. I feel comfortable with that as well. Go with that direction. Okay. Is there a motion for Punanaula?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I'll make a motion for Punanaula with no diacritics until we get more information.
With the note, identifying,
Yeah, correct. With the note
Okay.
in the note section identifying that we'll revisit if there's more information.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion, moved by Meyer, second by Holly. Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, last that I have for is Pu'u Hapapa, excuse me. I don't believe I found anything referring to it as Pu'u Hapapa, just Hapapa, but let's see. 2988, here we go. And this is a somewhat older map as well. Let's see, where did I find it? No, it was up here. Shoot, sorry everybody. Just give me a second. Where the heck did it go? No, it's up high.
While you're doing that, Hapapa shows up in place names as a mountain in the Waianae Mountains, Oahu.
Okay, that sounds accurate then. Hapapa, here we go.
That's what it is. Oh, it's right by Kolikole. Oh,
Yeah.
Kolikole Pass is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hapapa. And
Yeah.
all instances of Hapapa in the dictionary have kahako over the first A.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's interesting to note, going back to something that Marcus noted earlier, was the use that they do use pu'u down here, and pu'u
Yeah.
kaua, but they omit it from other uses, suggesting that they did that on purpose.
That it was intentional, yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So Hapapa is likely, with just this evidence, the correct name, or at least the accurate one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then with again with place names, stating Hapapa with the kahako and making note that it's also a mountain in the Waianae range,
Right.
makes this consistent with that as well. So
Yeah. So in light of that, I make a motion that we change the name to Hapapa with the kahako over the first A and take out pu'u.
is this a name change, Arthur?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So I guess with the information that we have identified in this and using this this map as evidence as well as place names, we can use, I guess, create a name change to
Gotcha.
document.
And this is register map 2988, if Arthur needs the note.
Yeah, what's the date? What's the date of this?
Oh, this is, sorry, I'm gonna go zoom down. Again, apologies. This one is 1925, so not the oldest map. 25.
Okay. So that was a motion by Meyer to name for the corrected name to be Hapapa with the kahako over the first A. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, and that's the end of my the items that I was able to find. So, but I consider that pretty good because usually it's a one-off.
Yeah.
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 Is there a kalena on this map by any chance?
No, I looked for it. I scoured this thing. I could not find it anywhere. And it's in the area. I just
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be down here.
Yeah, in place names, it's a peak, just kalena, not pu'u.
Mm-hmm.
A peak near Schofield.
Yeah.
I think it's more up and to the left as I look at this. Yeah, and then go down to the mountains. Because there's that hula, Kalana Kai, right?
Yeah.
Schofield Barracks is right over there. So I
can
would
zoom in a
go
little bit.
up.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the end of the map.
Yeah, go down.
Okay, I gotcha.
Our directions are compromised.
No worries.
So someplace in the mountains over here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Too bad you can't do a text search on this.
No. You know how many hours that would save me? On
Yeah.
apples.
I know.
Bobby, do you have GeoNames open?
I do.
Relative to
Oh, where? Okay,
Papa,
perfect.
on the
Hang on.
GPS map, where is Pu'ukalena?
Kalena. Oh, in GNIS, it's Kalena.
Yeah, but relative to Hapapa or Pu'u.
Yeah. I'm trying to layer things and do things.
I've got the dots on the map. Unfortunately, I didn't label the dots. So maybe next time I can make it interactive
Shucks.
map.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but that's why I was using Kupuka, because it matched up when I was looking at it. But I didn't even bother to check.
So Kukaki. So go back to Kukaki or Kukaki
Where were we at? This is a different
or,
map.
or
Oh,
Kalalua.
Oh,
Hapapa.
stream. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Hapapa's here.
So where's Kalalula and Kukaki?
In relation.
In relation? Oh, shoot.
Is it on this map or
It's,
another
no,
map?
no, it's on a different map. So it's here. I can pull it up here. This one here. So Kukaki is here, and Kalalula is. Oh,
So go up Kukaki
There, yeah.
and then, or Kukaki.
where do we see it?
Yeah, right there. Right in the middle now. Oh, below.
Oh, sorry.
Down.
Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you. I should highlight these. Okay. So where do you want me to go?
Kalalua. So you're gonna go south from
South.
there and a little bit to the right. Okay, go to the right. See Kanevai or Kanavai.
Kanevai stream is
Kanevai is
above
here.
Kukaki, yeah.
Go
Right here,
all
yeah.
the way to. I'm trying to
It's-
figure out this topography.
Yeah, I imagine it's up here somewhere.
Go to it's on the edge.
Yeah. No more text.
Kind of where the tunnels are.
In here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe you can catch something that I didn't see.
Pu'ukalena. It's right at the base of those mountain thingies on the right.
Okay.
And it's between Kanevai and Kukaki.
Okay.
Oh,
So it
yeah,
would be
there's no right in where you're looking right now. There's
yeah,
nothing
right,
there.
right in here. No
Yeah,
more
right.
nothing. Yeah.
Right there on the right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's adding the more.
3,360 feet.
Ooh, I think we got elevations on here. Oh no, maybe up here only. Kaala.
The
That's it.
country is
Kalena.
probably too wild over there. That's why they didn't go up.
Yeah, so no more on this one.
Cool. So oddly enough, on Oahu it's Pu'ukalena,
Mm-hmm.
and on Maui and Kauai it's just Kalena. Kalena Stream on Maui, Kalena Valley on Kauai, and Kalena whatever on Maui in Maui.
Interesting. Take this off. Okay, well that's
But yeah, just like you said, Bobby, you know, like Kalena Kai, right? There's a story like there's Kalena Kai and everything. But I know in Waialua, the Kalena is one of the names, like in chant, there's Kalena and Haleʻaʻao,
Right,
related to that whole Waialua complex, right? And all the
Yeah.
mo'olelo speak of Kalena.
Where is this according to that? Can you zoom out, Meyer?
I can. Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. Oh, Jenny's raised her hand. I'm going to close
Oh.
that though. I'm going to zoom out.
Yes, Jenny.
Thanks. Yeah, if Bobby, if you have GNIS open, if you're looking at the record,
Yeah.
you'll see that there were 2 BGN decisions. The first one was in 1914. And if you click on the decision card and the little download arrow there, you'll see actually in 1914, they approved simply Kalena.
Yeah.
And then in 1954, there was another decision to add Pu'u. And according
Got
to
it.
the 1914 decision card, if you can read the text there, it's a little U.S. Geological Survey, water supply paper number 318. Yeah, something 5151.
Page
Oh, page 51 or something, or
page
517.
517.
Yeah, something like that. So there is some evidence of early historical usage without the Pu'u.
Yeah. Kalena.
Kalena, yeah. So
I
so
vote
maybe
for that.
yeah, in the 50s, maybe when they were doing the first topo maps, which would have been about right? The early 50s is when they did the first. They probably had this compelling need to add Pu'u to every peak.
That makes sense.
Good catch,
Yeah.
Jenny.
Forgot I could help a little.
Thank you.
You do a great job, Jenny. Don't you worry about it. So even though we don't have anything, no tangible material to look at here, do we want to vote to just change it to Kalena in the meantime, or just leave it alone? What's the board feeling?
I think using the information, even from the BGN record, all of that information that exists there, is compelling enough for me to have it Kalena.
Agreed. Yeah.
As the original term, and for Kalena be existing in place names as a mountain, land section near the Schofield Barracks and a peak as well. I think it's consistent with that. So
agreed. Okay. I'll make the motion that we change Pu'u Kalena to Kalena using the BGN notes as support, as well as place names.
I'll second it.
all right. Any opposed? Motion carried. Look at that. We got to Punch Bowl. I don't know if we're going to make a decision on that one, but
Yeah.
we can have a discussion.
Yeah, fortunately, Lily and Kapar are not here. Lily was going to draft something for us to look at today. I forget what it's in the minutes. So I would like to move to defer this.
All right.
Again.
I think we should do that and defer.
I'll second.
Okay. All right. That gets us to the end of our agenda. Thank you all for all of your help in getting us to this point. Do we have anything else that we would like to address?
Nope, not for me.
I do want to mention next month I will not be able to attend the meeting. I will be traveling at that at the scheduled meeting time. So I just wanted to keep everyone up informed of that.
Okay.
Do we want to reschedule that meeting?
Let me
If
just
we want,
look real quick. Yeah, next month's calendar for me is quite because it's like, yeah, basically I'm not here that month.
Okay.
Yeah.
end of the year too, all the
Yeah.
Those invitations.
If anything, I have some availability. I have a short window, the 13th, 14th, or 15th of November, that I will be on island, and could potentially make a meeting at that time.
Okay.
I think you'll be sleeping, recovering from jet lag.
Yeah, no, it's bouncing around. It's multiple locations that I'll be returning to Hawaii from
Okay.
and going. But yeah, those just so you know, those would be days that I have I will be on island and not away, that would conflict with some of the other activities I have out of country.
I'm happy to fill in for you too, Marcus, if it becomes a problem.
Okay,
Yeah, I
No.
don't want you to have to stress about that.
no. Thanks, Mike, for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. I know you love taking charge of meetings.
I rule my fiefdom with an iron fist. No, it's good. It's good practice. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy to do it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. No, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that we want to chat? I think before we close our meeting.
I move to adjourn.
All right. Thank you so much, all. Meeting adjourned. And
Okay.
thank you again, Jenny, for your
I'll
assistance
second
and
it.
all those. Yeah, mahalo. Oh, so second, yep. Moved by Arthur, second by Holly.
Well,
There
you're
you go.
asking.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Okay. Aloha, guys. Take care.
Mahalo.
Bye.
Aloha, everyone.
Yep.